Okay, welcome back. And I say okay because I know the last episode, it got cut off like that. And I gave you a bonus. And if you're wondering, what is she talking about? Go back to last week, or if you're listening to this anytime, it's the episode called The 7-Step Strategy to Fat Loss. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I gave 7-step strategy and I gave a bonus. And the bonus was intermittent fasting. And the past episodes, past months, I kind of been giving you guys, leaving you hanging, I should say, talking about a book, and I was going to tell you, and I kind of briefly said it last week. I don't know if you caught it because it was really quick before my episode ended. And the reason, just to explain real quick to why my episodes are ending, for some reason I only have 15 minutes. Either I have to, I don't know, I got to look into my plan here or something. Before I used to have a longer period to talk, but I figured, you know what? I'll save the few bucks, 15 minutes. But you know what? 15 minutes is not enough. I find I'm rushing. So I like to make it short and sweet and get right to the point to figure out if I'm going to extend my minutes here on my episodes. But 15 minutes, I think, it's a good bite-size nugget to chew on. So on the last episode, I had said the bonus was intermittent fasting, and the book that I've been reading, of course, I finished it by now. I've been reading other books. So I moved on. I should have talked more about it when I was in the middle of it, but I had other topics and things to talk about, I guess. So the book was called, and it is called, Fast Like a Girl. It's by Dr. Mindy Pelz, Pelz. And she's the biggest rage right now. You could find her on YouTube. You can get her book. She also has an app called Fast Like a Girl. So if you're wanting to track your cycle, and we'll get into it. So let's just stop at that. Welcome to Fit and Fueled by Faith with your host, Stacy Ziegler. So if this is your first time, welcome. This is a podcast pertaining to really help women over 40, midlife, to get in the best shape of their life, spiritually and physically, by sharing faith and fitness and everything between, and motivation and support. And really my focus, I would like to get into, obviously, is health and fitness, and menopause, because that's a topic that I'm kind of learning a lot more about, because it's something I'm experiencing, and if you're 40, you might be experiencing it. And of course, it's more perimenopause before we get to menopause, but that's not what I was going to talk about. I could easily get distracted. But I wanted to talk about, since I left you on the intermittent fasting, but we could talk about both, okay? Because intermittent fasting helps you when you're going through perimenopause and in menopause. And if you're just generally just trying to lose weight. So that's why I added intermittent fasting to as a bonus for the 7-step strategy for fat loss, because it is a 7-step strategy, my friend. There's things you need to do. It's a lifestyle change, even with intermittent fasting. Anything that you do is a practice. You need to be mindful. You need to know about it. Do a little bit of your research. And of course, most importantly is listen to yourself, because everybody's going to have different results from the 7-step strategy or intermittent fasting and any pretty much program or plan when it comes to anyone's individual body type. We're all different. And, and I know one of the 7 steps was stress. And stress is a big key factor to really kind of like disrupting things in our life, causing more heartache and stress and pain and frustration. For instance, like just stress on the body will hold on to more fat. When you are in a stress state, I know I talked a little about this, so go back to episode, which I want to say is the last episode, but if you're just randomly listening to this, it is the episode called 7-step strategy for fat loss, okay, where I talked a little bit more about the stress and stuff. And I did say in that episode, I'm going to break down each of those 7. And of course, today I'm starting with the bonus, because intermittent fasting kind of left you hanging there. And for me, intermittent fasting, I've been doing intermittent fasting before I even knew it was intermittent fasting. And you also might have heard the abbreviations. People will say IF, if, whatever. I just say intermittent fasting. And so really what intermittent fasting is, it's a way of fasting, but being aware of it and kind of preparing and knowing what your eating window is, what your fasting window is, and when you're going to eat, when you're going to break fast. So a little thing, if you didn't know what breakfast means to break fast. And we all fast. When we go to sleep, we're not eating between, those 7 or 8, 9 hours. So therefore we're fasting for like 9 hours without eating. So think about that. During the day, if we're up for 9 hours, can you imagine not eating? We're grazing, we're eating, we eat our meals, we eat our snacks, whatever. So that's why utilize your sleep time as fasting, because that's a great time to like, wow, you're fasting. And so we're going to talk about windows of fasting and then your windows of eating. So what I've normally done in the past, when I started doing this way back in the get-go, like when I saw little kids, maybe my youngest being like, I don't know, 3 or 4, I can't even remember. I'm just trying to think of that life ago, another time ago, when I was married my first time. And I didn't, it wasn't a big craze, intermittent fasting. So you're talking like, this was like, 2000 era, before 2010, I was doing this. And I don't know, I just started, it was like, I really wasn't hungry in the morning. And I was like, let me eat after 11 o'clock and then try to eat my last meal by 7. Just randomly, just thinking like, okay, 11 o'clock, it's still like kind of morning, right before lunch. And then 7 o'clock is good. Dinner time, I have kids, so I'm cooking dinner, 5, 6 o'clock. So I did that for the longest time. And, I wasn't looking for results. It was just something I just kind of just became natural that I would do. So fast forward to today, like now I know all about intermittent fasting and that, like I said, it's a big craze, right? Everybody's doing it, or maybe you've heard about it, you haven't done it, or you've tried it. And, hopefully it's working, and it's not. And of course, now people are using it more for weight loss, but also just to feel good and to eat less. And, talking about the 7-step strategy, the first one was like calorie deficit. And so when you do eat in a shorter window period, you're going to eat less, unless you're one of those people like, okay, I'm going to fast, but then I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to make up for it. And if you're making up for it, you're not going to see the benefits. You're really not going to see the benefits. So the benefit of intermittent fasting is to maybe eat one less meal. So therefore you're eating fewer calories, right? Think of it. One whole meal could be, between, 500, 600, 700 calories, depending on what you're eating. So if you're, skipping breakfast, you're saving 600 or so calories. So you're eating less of that. And so like now I tend to do after 12, and, I would like 7 o'clock would be more ideal, but most of the time it's always 8 because I'm a personal trainer and a fitness instructor. So, sometimes, if I have to get called in or I cover a class or something, I'm not getting home till later, or my husband gets home later, and just by the time he goes to the gym or works outside, and now it's spring, you can hear the birds. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful that it doesn't get dark now till like 8 o'clock. So, that being light, it fills me off, because when it was dark in the wintertime, okay, it's dark, it's time to make dinner, we got to eat, we got to get to bed. Now it's just a whole different thing now, right? So my thing is like 12-8, okay, meaning I'll eat after 12 and not eat after 8. And then that is what you would call a 16-8 fast window, meaning I'm fasting for 16 hours and I'm not eating for only 8 hours in a window. So therefore, I'm skipping my breakfast. And then usually what I like to do, because I love my breakfast food. Like breakfast is like the bomb, diggity. Like, yes, go diggity. You got to back it up. Okay. So anyways, I love my breakfast. So I'll do like a brunch. Like if I'm breaking fast, like I'll have my cachava. I might have talked about it. I have to see if there's a link I could put it in here. I love it. It is like my go-to meal. I've talked about it. It's like a meal in a shake. So you get all your nutrients, your vitamins, everything you need, like you would need in a meal. minerals, vitamins, nutrients, probiotics, you name it, adaptogens, superfoods, greens, protein, like 25 grams of protein, fats and carbs, like everything is one shake. And it comes in vanilla and chocolate and chai and some other flavors, but I get the chocolate and vanilla. Okay. So that right there, by the time I have that, sometimes I add almond milk, but sometimes just water tastes good, and a banana. And then I do add an extra scoop of egg white protein, egg white powder, so I get more protein. If I'm not doing that, that's if I'm like on the go or something, and, it's a quick fix there. But if I'm home and I have time, like I will have my eggs and my vegetables and avocado, and maybe I'll have a piece of toast. I like to have my Ezekiel bread, sprouted grain bread, and I'll have some yogurt and some granola. So, that's making me hungry. Because speaking of, I am fasting right now. I'm probably like 20 hours into fasting. My goal is to do a 36-hour fast. So I'm going to skip dinner and then sleep and fast. I love sleeping and fasting because you don't feel hungry. So I'll kill about 9 hours of my fasting time. And then I'll wake up in the morning. I'll go to mass. First thing, like even today, the only thing I've had was my God. Yeah, Jesus. You heard me through the Holy Eucharist. He's my nourishment. He sustains me. So let me tell you. And I haven't even drank water. This is the first time I'm doing a fast without drinking water. And so I'll have mass in the morning and then I'll eat. So that'll probably be about between 9 and 10 o'clock. So it'll be a 36-hour fast. Yeah. So this time I try not to drink water because I've gained I don't say from the scale, I gave up weighing myself during Lent, started weighing myself and I was the same weight, which is good for 6 weeks. Awesome. Because God told me, don't track anything during Lent. You don't need devices. You need to track your workouts. You need to track. Just live life. When you're hungry, eat when you're hungry. When you're not hungry, don't eat. And that's another thing too. When it comes to this fasting window, there's different fasts, right? You could do a 12-hour fast, 13, or you could fast 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You could do beyond that, 24. I'm going to do 36 hours. You could do 40 hours. You could do 72 hours, 5-day fast. The most I've done was I did a 40-hour fast, plus I slept, so I did 56-hour fast. And I was going to try to do a 72-hour fast. I woke up that morning, the third morning, and I felt like I was going to die. I felt so lightheaded and dizzy and spinning. My ears, my head started buzzing like bzzz. It was so weird. I lay down on the couch and passed out. When I passed out, I kind of dropped on the couch because I had no energy. And I could feel like my head go bzzz, and then it stopped. It was so weird. I said, okay, I need to eat. And of course, after that eating, I should have known better, but I made my shake. And it was fine. It was delicious. I put peanut butter in it, my protein shake, everything. Oh, my goodness. I ate it, and then I had to go to work within an hour. I'm being real here. I went to the bathroom and just, I haven't eaten. I hadn't eaten for 3 days. And I'm surprised, but my shake, everything just came out. Anything that was stored or stuck away, or I just cleared my intestines. I mean, you name it. It was just, I was like, wow. And that same day I went to go weigh myself. I was so surprised. After months of trying to weigh myself, my weight mass wasn't going up. It was staying steady, or my fat intake would. Anyways, I weighed myself in body. I couldn't believe after 3 days of not eating, I lost 5 pounds of body fat and I gained 2 pounds of muscle. I was like, what? So, of course, that is just my experience. Doesn't mean that's going to happen for you, my friends. So, again, it goes back to the general rule. You need to know yourself. When you're hungry, if you wake up really starving, I kind of know, and my cycle's off right now because perimenopause, and I haven't gotten a period since almost 2 months or over a month. Anyways, I got 1 minute here countdown. So we'll get more into depth, but this is where I want to really get into, my friends, is the 7-step strategy for weight loss, breaking those down, getting into intermittent fasting and perimenopause, because that's what I'm going through. But I want to share with you my experience. So again, you can look more into it. The book, Fast Like a Girl, is a great book. So get started with that. She has a 30-day plan that you can start. So whether you have a cycle or not, and you are in perimenopause or menopause, you can start intermittent fasting and just learn. And let me tell you, so, fasting, it works, but like anything, when you start doing anything too much of the same, your body gets used to it. You hit a plateau. So you got to change your body up. You have to confuse your body. You ever hear of metabolic confusion? Same thing with fasting. You got to vary your fast sometimes, whether it's a 12-hour fast, a 16-hour fast. You fast for 5 days, you don't fast for 2 days, and so on. So 10 seconds, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Share this with anybody you know that can use this. And I'm telling you, get the book Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Minnie Pelz, or start YouTube.